Sri Lanka will call Platinum 1 a landmark. Only 70 will call it home. Because the address and where you live matters. Platinum 1, the finest address in Colombo.
Mourners outside his home in Horton, South Africa, danced and sang to pay tribute to the late leader.
Although Nelson Mandela had been frail and ailing for nearly a year, the announcement of his death shook South Africa. Tributes began flooding in almost immediately for a man who was an iconic global symbol of struggle against injustice and racial reconciliation. Residents of the Soweto township gathered outside the first house owned by former South African President Nelson Mandela in the early hours of this morning, singing songs of praise and dancing to mark the life of the late leader. In an outpouring of emotion, mourners gathered in the Vilakazi Street in Orlando West section of Soweto, where Mandela lived from 1946 to 1962.
Let's now take a brief look back at the life and times of Nelson Mandela.
Born on the 18th of July 1918 to the Thembu royal family of the Xhosa clan, Nelson Mandela was a product of Fort Hare University and the University of Witwatersrand, where he studied law. Living in Johannesburg, he became involved in anti-colonial politics, joining the African National Congress and becoming a founding member of its youth league. After the Afrikaner Nationalists of South Africa's National Party came into power in 1948 and began implementing the policy of apartheid, Mandela rose to prominence in the ANC's 1952 Defiance campaign, was elected president of the Transvaal ANC branch and oversaw the 1955 Congress of the People. Working as a lawyer, Mandela was repeatedly arrested on trumped-up charges of seditious activities and with the ANC leadership was prosecuted in the treason trial from 1956 to 1961 but was found not guilty. Although initially committed to non-violent protests in association with the South African Communist Party, he co-founded the militant Ukhonto We Sizwe group in 1961, leading a bombing campaign against apartheid government targets. In 1962, he was arrested, convicted of sabotage and conspiracy to overthrow the government and sentenced to imprisonment. An international campaign lobbied for his freedom and he was released in 1990 after 27 years, with South Africa on the threshold of becoming the Rainbow Nation. Becoming ANC president, Mandela led negotiations with South African President F.W. de Klerk to abolish apartheid and establish multiracial elections in 1994, in which he led the ANC to victory. He was elected president and formed a government of national unity. As president, Mandela established a new constitution and initiated the Truth and Reconciliation Commission to investigate human rights abuses of the apartheid era while introducing policies to encourage land reform, combat poverty and expand healthcare services. Internationally, Mandela became an icon to many and he was responsible for the formation of the group The Elders, which comprised of other famous personalities including Bishop Desmond Tutu and former Irish President Mary Robinson. He has been lauded by many nations and has received over 250 awards, including the 1993 Nobel Peace Prize. Given his political commitments, Mandela had a far from smooth family life, but Madiba, as he is fondly known among South Africans, made an entire nation his family and